you doing today? Thanks for joining me today. I'm going to show you some things that, I know I said 5 things. It's going to end up being a lot more than 5 things, but you got to have that catchy phrase for YouTube so that people tune in. They don't want to hear, I got 20 things for your bike. So, because people don't want to spend, money on 20 items. But I'm going to tell you, these are things you should get. First thing I'd like to see you get after you order your bike is a helmet. Should be the #1 priority is a helmet. When it fits, make sure you should know about what your head is. You got a big head, small head, whatever. And they make adjustments. There's a little ratcheting thing on the back, so even if you got a large and you're a medium head, it's going to fit pretty good. But I mean, try to get the closer to the size, the better. But get yourself a helmet, please. I mean, even if you think you're just going to drive around the neighborhood and say hi to your neighbors, get a helmet, because probably like me, I hadn't been on a bike in like 25 years. I got this bike. I'm doing exercise now. It's super great. I have a good time doing it, but you want to be safe too. So, protect your noggin, as my mother would say. So the next thing that I'd like you to get also is some sort of gloves. Again, my Amazon, and I'm going to have links to all these things that I'm showing you today on my, if you go into the description, there'll be links in there to all these products that I have. And I do make a little bit of money on it, which helps support the channel. I'm just starting out here, so if you really could hit that subscribe button, you'd be doing me a big favor. And give it a like, hit the bell too. The bell will let you know anytime I do another video. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. But please, give me some feedback on it too. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Like I said, I'm just starting out. If there's something you'd like to see, let me know. So back to the gloves. These are half gloves. I use these half gloves all summer long when it's nice and warm out. I have winter, well, not winter gloves, but gloves for riding when it gets cooler, so keep my hands warm. But the important thing is, I'm not asking you to protect yourself from your handlebars. I'm asking to protect yourself from a fall. So if you fall, there's pads on this leather here. I mean, the leather, fake leather, whatever it is, it's going to protect you from scraping up your hands, because the first thing you're going to do is put your hand down when you start falling off that bike. I would suggest, if you haven't been on a bike in 20 years, start with faux gloves, because if you do fall, protect your fingers too. But as you get used to the bike, you can go to these half gloves. It's very comfortable. I don't like to ride without them. The thing I'm going to show you, you're probably going to say, I'm not going to wear that. I was a little on the fence about it, but now I feel not good about it if I go out without it. And I do have, well, let me show you what it is. It's a vest, okay? It's a safety vest. I got it on Amazon. They're pretty cheap. I want to say they're under $20. It's basically a net-like material, has reflective things on it. The back's got reflective things. You're highly visible. And if you're down, no, you don't understand. I don't ride on the road. I go down to the rail trail. How do you get to the rail trail? Well, I ride my bike. It's only a half a mile away, but I'm only on the road for half a mile. Well, no, that's a mile, half a mile there and a half a mile back. So you really need to be seen. So, you might not want to get one. I suggest you get one. You really should. So with that said, and wanting to be seen, here's my next thing that I'm going to suggest. Now this is a cheap set, and you only need something like this. I have better quality ones because I ride a lot on the road. I would say a majority of my riding is on the road. I go out, I do usually a minimum of 20 miles when I go out on the road. I did, for the long weekend, I did last weekend, I went on a 61-mile ride on a rail trail. And I don't normally go on rail trails, but it was one that I wanted to do. But anyways, so these lights just go around the handlebar, this one here. And so it clips on the handlebar by itself. And when you turn the light on, you can have a light, or it has other settings on it. So that's a little bit brighter, that's a little bit brighter. Now this one flashes. So if you're going down the road, that's going to tell people you're coming down. This, is a must-have for your bike as far as I'm concerned. So the other thing, it comes in a kit, so you got a rear light also. And these are rechargeable. So, you just plug them in and they work. This is my wife, so I'm staring at it, trying to figure out how to turn it on. So you've got a regular light for the back, and you can also have a flashing light. So again, they're must-haves. You really, I want to say, okay, maybe it's 25 bucks. You just bought a bike for at least $1,000, so spend a couple $100 on safety equipment. You really need to. Probably the next thing that you're going to want to get, that everybody gets right off the bat, is a water bottle mount. This one here I wanted to show you. This one's off my bike. I got another brand new one I'll show you. If the bike has the slot for it, like the place where you can put the screws, you can buy just that little bracket. And that bracket runs about $10. You can pay more than that for them, but you can buy them for as little as $10. This here is a $47 mount, but I can put this anywhere. It's got a Velcro strap on it, and a lot of the square tube bikes, you could put this around. The one thing about where they put these bottle things on the bike, you'll find yourself reaching, and it's not a comfortable thing. I actually put this one right on my handlebars, so I can just, drink when I want. This is my bottle. You don't have to buy one this elaborate. This is like a Yeti, but it's not a Yeti. It's a much cheaper version of it. But I go down the road. I can reach for it. I got cold water at all times. You hit the little button. It opens up, and it has a little straw on it. You take your drink, and right in front of you, you put it back in because it's right on your handlebar. There's no going, and then you're driving off the road. So trust me. You think about one of these. This is super easy. You can put a bigger bottle in. I just go like this. This thing will not come out. It's not going to bounce out. So this one here, this is, you can go as simple as a little plastic bottle like this. Again, I got this on Amazon. I don't use it that much, honestly. It's a spare bottle now because it's not insulated. So you're going to find you're going to want cold water if you get out there for an hour. So here's a brand new one. I got this on Amazon. So this is one I got on Amazon. It's pretty much the same idea. It has a bracket to go on the handlebars or whatever you want to put it on. I got this one because I do want to put it on my new bike on the handlebars, because like I said, I like it right there in front of me. If you got a basket, mount your front basket, mount it in your front basket, because always look forward. Don't look down at the ground. Where's my water bottle? So this one's pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to like it as much as the other one, but like I said, the other one's $47, so $50 for a water bottle holder, and then you got to buy the water bottle. This was I want to say it was $20, so it's more reasonable, but it's what I wanted. So this item that I would totally suggest getting to. I will not ride a bike without one of these on it, and I suggest to get two. This was a kit. The kit came with two right and left mirrors, okay, and these mirrors go on the handlebars, on the handlebar ends. They're very simple, very small. So this pushes in. It comes with an Allen wrench. You tighten it up, and then you can adjust the mirror. So you have one on this side, one on the other side of the bike. You got to see what's in back of you coming up. It's imperative that you're not looking in back of you. Like I said, always focus on the front of your bike. Don't look in the back. You're going to end up going off the road, going this way into the road. Get some mirrors for the bike. So this is another item that people may, I don't need that or whatever. Maybe you don't need it, but maybe the people that you're driving down a rail trail or something at wouldn't mind you having it. You know, maybe you don't need it, but maybe you know, it lets them know you're coming. It's a bell. I'm coming down a rail trail. There's people in front of me. I mean, if they're off to the side of the rail trail and I can go around them safely, not a problem. I just go around them. I don't ring it. But a lot of times we go on a rail trail and there'll be a couple walking and they'll be talking and they don't hear you coming. And what do? Go, hey, get out of my way. All I do is I go, hey, you know, going to your left, going to your left if they don't turn around. But most of the time, they move over. They get out of your way. So it's not rude, I don't think. You know, you're letting them know you're coming. I think they probably appreciate it. The other thing about this bell is this one I got on Amazon. So this piece turns, this whole part comes out, and a Apple AirTag goes into this thing. So I can find out where my bike is at any time. All right, so the next thing, I mean, you don't have to have one of these. This is not a must thing. So this is I like to have my phone with me and I like to be able to see it thing. So without taking the whole thing apart and showing you, it mounts on the handlebars, and you open it up, your phone goes in it. There's a little red thing on the back. Click it over. I suggest I have, this is a different kind than I have on two of my bikes, and then I have a different kind on another bike. But I started out with the rubber band type. They have it goes around the phone. They work. The problem is with those, the mounting, I'll actually get out the mounting piece. The problem with those is the mounting tends, you know, it's got elastics on it. They're doing that to keep the price down. So you're paying, I don't know, $10 for it, $12 for it, or you get what you pay for like anything else. So these better ones come with this. As you can see, it's like a claw. So, all right, so this, instead of having like the other ones just have like a little, it's not very good to turn it. And it doesn't clamp down on your bar that well. This one here, you can really crank down on the bar and it stays in place. There's nothing worse than having your phone do this the whole time you're riding. So trust me, spend a little extra money. If you want to put your phone on, I use it for GPS, a lot of things, you know. It's good to have your phone with you. The next thing I'm going to show you is a question that comes up on the Facebook groups all the time. People buy a new bike and they go, hey, my seat, even if you get the comfort seats from the manufacturers, I mean, they're not spending a lot of money on these seats, and believe it or not, probably a lot of money to them at their level is, you know, $12. So, and seats aren't a lot of money. Some people might say, well, you know, $45 is a lot of money. So this is brand new. I got it. It's going on my brand new bike. I have never even tried the seat because I don't even have the bike yet. But I ordered this seat. Reason being, I have 4 of these seats already. So this is my 5th seat. I have tried different ones from different manufacturers, and everybody's got their opinion on them. So whatever you get is probably just going to be better than what's on the bike. Get whatever you want. I'm not saying you have to get this brand. I can say that I did try some very good seats that are out there with recommendations. People will try this seat, you know, without getting into names, because I don't want to trash anybody, because that's not why I'm here. All I can say is I've tried the other ones, and this is the seat I keep going back to. Now, I'm 63 years old, and I want something on my butt that's wide. So this is brand new. Like I said, we're going to take it out of the bag for the first time together. And this is it. And this is a Cloud 9. It says Big Cloud 9 on the back. Not too crazy about that, but whatever. So this seat here is not a plastic or fake leather. It has a material on it. And I like this material over the fake leather ones. This seat, all right, back to where I was. So I'm cutting this for the first time so you can see this. I'm going to try to cut it anyways. And we're going to take this. Sorry, I'm not looking, but they don't make it easy to take it out, even though it looks easy. So again, just so you know, this is my favorite seat, so I want to show you what it is. It is a Cloud 9, and it's a cruiser saddle, okay? So I don't know if you can see that. If you want a wide, very comfortable seat, this is the one to get, in my opinion. I'm going to show you why. Again, nice material on it. It has gel foam underneath it, super comfy. I go on my bike, last weekend I told you I did 61 miles. Well, I don't know if I told you. Anyway, I've done a couple videos today, so. I did 61 miles, my butt did not hurt, okay? So underneath this seat, and again, you can see this seat. So underneath the seat, there is also little springs on the seat. So not only do you have these big springs, you have these little springs that cushion the seat also. As you can see, this material, very nice, like a faux leather on the side. The Cloud 9, I wish they did the Cloud 9 in the back with not this blue, but whatever. So there's another thing that I recommend. I have never had to use it, but I do have them on all my bikes. This one here is a little bit bigger. It was one of the first ones I got, and I've got smaller ones. You can buy a little kit, and they're little tiny ones that have a Velcro strap that goes on your handlebars. But what this is pepper spray. If you're out there, dogs do not like bikes. I've got 2 dogs. I love dogs. This would be the last thing I do is blast a dog with pepper spray. But it's much more humane than kicking them or anything like that, because this may irritate their eyes, but it's going to go away. When I was a kid, I was chased by a dog. I mean, when I was a kid, there was dogs running around all over the place loose, because that's what we did back then. And dogs never like bikes. It's not something today that, all of a sudden they don't like bikes. They've never liked bikes. Came out and chased me, and I still have a scar right here on my arm where the dog jumped up and bit me. And again, all I could do at that point was try to keep the bike between me and the dog. I went off the other side of the bike and just kept moving the bike around until its owner came out. If you got pepper spray, I mean, and God forbid if you're on a rail trail and some weirdo comes out or whatever, you've got pepper spray, you can hit them with it. So I suggest putting pepper spray on. You don't have to. Now, anybody with an electric bike, electric, in the last, that has bought it brand new in the last, say, 3 months, knows you should have one of these the minute you order your bike. That's a spare tube, okay? For whatever reason, the electric bikes were coming with tubes that were failing. They're still coming with tubes that are failing. I actually bought some heavy-duty tubes. When I replaced some tires on my bike, I said, I'm going to put heavy-duty tubes in. Yeah, it did the same thing the electric tubes are doing, so I kind of feel that maybe it's the same company, or just, they're actually coming apart at the seams is what's happening. So, but get a tube. I see every week somebody on there going, my local store doesn't have a 20-inch by 4-inch tube. What do I do? Electric can't get one out for 2 weeks. Get it ahead of time. Amazon has them. On you all this stuff, I haven't showed you what you should be carrying too. You should be carrying some tools with you. If you're only going to go around the block, you don't have to have tools. You can push your bike back home if you have to. But if you're going to go on a rail trail, you're going to take, I don't know, you're going to go, I can tell you from Facebook, a lot of people do 8 miles on a Saturday or whatever. If you're 8 miles away from your home, that bike is 80 pounds, with everything on it, your batteries on it and all that. I got some bikes that are probably 100 pounds, but anyways, you don't want to push that thing home if you don't have to. So you really need to get one of these for the back of your bike. You don't have to get one this big. This is the biggest one I got. I do have smaller ones that I use probably more often than this one. When I bought this one, it was one of my first ones I got. It has these zippers on the side. These open up, and there's bags in here, so you can have even more room in the thing. So they zip up, and you know, you can put a ton of stuff in here, or you could just make it go away. I have never used the side bags, because usually when I go out, I'm just going out for a ride. I'm not going out to grab stuff. But if I stopped at a store or something, it'd be nice to have the extra room. So you got a little place, you know, if you didn't want to have a water bottle on your bike, there is a water bottle holder on this thing, on the back. Most of them do have this thing. I find it kind of annoying because I don't want it there, but anyways. So you open it up. This one here is insulated too, so you could put a lunch in there or something. But more important than your lunch, there's some things you need to put in this bag. So this bag goes on your bike. There's Velcro straps at the bottom, Velcros to your rack. Get one of these bags because you're going to need it if you have tools. And I cannot believe how many people out there do not have tools on their bike and they go out for an 8-mile ride. Like I said, I went out 30 miles on Monday, 30 miles back, you know, 61-mile ride. I'm out 30 miles. The only option I have is to call my wife and say, I made it out to this road because I was on a rail trail. Can you come pick me up? And it would have to be with my car because I have the bike rack on my car. I want one of these bags and I'll show you what we want to put in it. Stupid things to start with. These are small bungee cords. Really don't want to rip them out of this bag, but I'll show you. Here we go. Just a small one, very small. They fit in your bag really nice. This saved me last weekend. Anybody that has a expedition out there, that's what I took down the rail trail, which was stupid to begin with, but I didn't intend on going down the rail trail. I was just going to go out on the street. My expedition is my street bike. It's set up for street. It can go on a rail trail. I have, you know, tires on it that can handle some dirt, whatever, but I don't normally take it on the dirt. I do have an X Premium. It's a whole different bike, and I don't use that on the rail trails usually because it's a mid-drive and it's much better on trails. But anyways, I'm out there with my expedition, and what happened? My kickstand, my center kickstand, was coming loose. But anybody that knows these bikes, it's a big Allen screw. First of all, I didn't have an Allen wrench that big in my kit to do it. And it's in a position where normally you've got to go through with a long extension with a socket with this thing on. These things come loose all the time. Trust me, anybody with an expedition knows what I'm talking about. So I had these things. So I Velcroed. I bungee corded that up the best I could with what I had because I was afraid I couldn't tighten it, so there was no option there. I was afraid that I would be going down the rail trail and, you know, I was hitting with no one around. When someone's around, I slow it right down, but this rail trail goes out in nowhere's land. I was hitting 20, 25 at some points. I was afraid that kickstand, which is a center kickstand which goes like this down, and that if it fell off, it would go underneath the bike, underneath the wheel. I was afraid that thing was going to go under the wheel and lock it up, and then I'd crash. And you know, so having these stupid bungee cords saved me from, I don't know, at the least maybe you know, losing the kickstand, losing the nut, and you know, trying to find another nut to go in the thing to tighten it up later on. So you want to put some bungee cords in. Suggest, because when your kickstand falls off and your hands are all now greasy and dirty from the thing, buy some of these. The fresh napkins there. Open them up, they're wet, you can wash up with them. I got like 5 I throw in the bag. Now this is the most important thing, and I know for a fact I've recommended this quite a bit to people on Facebook. This is a bag with tools you can buy for, I believe, about $25 to $9, depending if it's on sale, and it's always on sale. There's enough tools in this bag to do what you need to do on your bike. At least emergency type things. This tool does not come in the kit. This is for a chain to put the master link in. I have this in my kit because, again, I have an X Premium, an X Premium, and it's a torque sensor. There's a super amount of torque on the chain and the freewheel on that thing, so you can break a chain on that thing. So I carry this, and I do carry links with me too. So, but if you just have an XP or something, or another bike that's not a torque sensor, you don't have torque sensor. A mid-drive, you don't have to worry about having one of these. Your chain's not going to fall off. So in the kit, you have a pump that you can pump up the tire with. That's a good thing to have. These are levers to take your tire off, or at least get your tire off the rim so that you can patch the tube. And I have 2 videos out there on how to do a tube on the tire, on the bike, so you wouldn't have to take it off, take the rim off the bike. Watch those. So then you need one of these. This is a glueless patch kit. Again, available on Amazon. This kit does come with a patch kit, but I wanted this particular patch kit, so I have this in there. This is from Slime. So importantly, this little tool here has a bunch of little tools on it you need to tighten things. I've had things come loose, again, on the rail trail because you're bouncing all the time. And you know, there's enough on here to do it. There wasn't an Allen wrench as big as the one I needed for the kickstand. So it comes also with one of these little, you know, wrenches that kind of fit everything. I can tell you what it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit your wheels. So if you had to take your wheel off on the side of the trail, you need to add this to your kit. And this is a 17mm wrench. Just go down to Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, buy one 17mm wrench and throw it in your kit. That's what you need. I also have in my kit, again, you don't have to carry them, but this is a master link. I have a couple of these things in my kit. If your chain falls off, you can put it back together. For today, we're wrapping this video up. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and give me a like or give me a thumbs down, and let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know what I'm doing right, or what you want me to do next. Thank you for watching.